All right. Welcome, Rhys, to my humble abode.
Yeah, very humble.
Very humble. I'm so humble.
Emphasis on humble.
Emphasis on humble. I am so humble.
Well, you have good reason to be.
I am probably the most humble person that ever humble.
Something Donald Trump would say. Probably, of all the people, the most humble.
Probably the most humble and huge. I have the hugest humble in the United States, possibly in the entire world,
Possibly the whole world.
possibly in the whole world. I don't know.
Have you seen that that dude on Instagram that does pretty much, I guess, all impressions, but his Trump one is just unreal.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He'll do like conversations between Trump and Obama and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah. I don't know how people get so good at impressions.
I don't either. I thought he was using a filter or doing voiceover or something at first, but
You probably just gotta like obsess over someone and like watch everything that they do.
yeah, I guess. Probably just practice. Probably a lot of practice.
Yeah, but we don't practice.
Yeah.
It's practice. Come on.
We talking about practice.
Man, we talking about practice here. Yeah, we don't practice. We just go right at it.
That's true. We didn't practice for this.
We didn't practice for this. We just started up
We'll see what happens.
and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I was just going to say that, we're just freestyling here. We're having a great time on the No Thinking Aloud podcast.
No thinking aloud.
Welcome to the No Thinking Aloud podcast with Rhys and Pat.
Episode 5 now?
Episode 5.
Boom. Spotify Live, Apple Music
Spotify
coming
Live,
up.
Apple Podcast is
Apple
coming
Podcast.
up. I'll get I'm working on the other podcast apps, but honestly, who cares about the other podcast apps? So
I didn't even know there were other podcast
there's like
apps, Pat.
I think there's a Google one and an
kidding.
Amazon one, but like
There's also,
who cares about that?
isn't there, what's the one that starts with a P? Is that,
Pandora?
no.
Pandora
remember.
does do podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you don't do podcasts now, what are you doing,
Yeah, I mean, who's using Pandora anyway?
It's funny. Sometimes people, I guess, I don't know, someone at work, I think, had music on their phone and they were playing Pandora.
And how old are they?
An ad came on. Pretty young, actually. And I
Okay,
was
that's
like,
whack.
What are you doing?
I'm just adjusting my mic.
No, that's what I said to them.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
So what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Some whack. There's
And
some whack stuff out
they
there.
said, I'm just adjusting my mic.
There's insane people out there. Just like we were talking about last episode.
Yeah, the microwave people, Kyle's.
Bagels.
Yeah, butter on bagels, totally normal, but
No. Get cream cheese.
I feel like we need
Okay.
we
We are not rehashing this debate.
we're not, but we might need to do a poll on it. Or get some comments.
Poll. Leave your answer in the comments for all the people watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you eat butter with cream cheese, or if you eat a bagel with cream cheese, comment, I'm a Chad, or I'm an amazing person.
Yeah, just say which one you do.
And if you eat butter on bagels, say, oh, I'm a stinky boy like
if you
Rhys.
think that butter on bagels is something to be considered and done sometimes with jam on top, that's what I want to know. That's
No.
the debate. All right.
No jam. No, we don't jam.
You want to?
The only thing I jam is music. That's all I jam with. We don't. No jam.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's such a different take than don't put butter on a bagel.
No jam.
Just no jam.
No jam.
All right. We're moving things along this episode. So
Yeah, we're going.
you want to go first?
I could go first, yeah.
Tell me what you got. Hit me with it.
Okay, so this isn't really a comedy story. We can make it funny, but this is pretty cool. I read this story today. Two planes collide mid-air above Denver. No one injured.
Sounds like a comedy to me.
Okay. No, but dude, how crazy is that, bro? It's like Breaking Bad,
Recently?
but not above Denver.
Pretty close, though.
Happened in Breaking Bad.
Albuquerque. I don't know how close that is, but it's the other side of the country, so.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Albuquerque, Denver.
General vicinity.
They're close in the alphabet, A and D.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes. You go across the country. They start with A, New York.
Yep.
Somehow Albuquerque ended up over in New Mexico. I don't know.
So what happened?
With the names?
No, with the planes.
Oh, okay.
How did no one get hurt?
Okay, so two small airplanes collided in midair Wednesday near Denver, leaving one aircraft nearly ripped in half and forcing the pilot of the other to deploy a parachute attached to the plane to land safely.
Wait, what?
There's a picture of the plane here, of the one. It's kind of like, it looks like a private jet almost, like a smaller There's maybe about 9 windows, and it is almost ripped in half.
Okay, did you say he had a parachute attached to the plane?
So the jet one almost is the one that almost got ripped in half.
Okay.
And it freaking landed on a runway.
Okay.
With almost freaking half the plane hanging off.
Dang, that's crazy.
And then the other plane was both planes were getting ready to land at a small regional airport in a Denver suburb when they collided mid-morning, according to the National Transportation, blah, 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 blah. Every one of these pilots needs to go buy a lottery ticket right now, said John Bartman. Of course, John Bartman.
Yeah. Of
course, he's the Arapahoe County Sheriff's deputy.
Implied, yeah. I knew that.
And of course, June Svalbar, of course, you know, she's
the county medical examiner.
No, she's just the witness. She witnessed the collision while walking in where?
The park.
Cherry Creek State Park.
Let's go.
I saw 2 planes in the sky, she said. I saw a larger green plane, which I thought was a tow plane, along with what I thought was a glider being towed by it.
Oh, okay.
I heard a noise but didn't realize that the 2 planes had collided, she said in an email.
What did she think happened?
She thought it was a tow plane.
I know, but she heard a noise. She's looking at him, and then she just goes, well,
someone's got their Bluetooth turned up really loud. When I realized that the small plane was going down, I ran toward it. The pilot and his passenger were up and about. I don't know what that means.
It's a great
because I thought this was already going down.
I don't know. Yeah.
And they were just up and about.
Up and about.
So let's see. Where is the smaller plane was a Cirrus SR-22 single-engine plane that unleashed a red and white parachute to float to a safe landing near homes in Cherry Creek State Park.
I had no idea that you could do that.
I guess smaller planes, like the propeller ones,
yeah,
maybe they have a parachute.
That's pretty cool, I guess. It's gotta be a pretty big chute.
Yeah.
Like one of those they use.
Those planes are, how heavy is a plane?
I don't know, but it's got to be at least the size of those that they use like for space landings into the sea.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I would imagine they're smaller than, I don't know. I don't know how heavy those smaller planes are.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they collided in midair.
How'd they collide?
No one got hurt. I guess they were both.
Crazy.
I guess they were both going for a landing, and there was a miscommunication with the air traffic control, I guess, or something like that. So they both freaking landed. They both landed. The one freaking landed normally, even though it's ripped in half.
It would be like if you're kind of walking on a sidewalk and 2 people go for the door at the same time, and you kind of go, sorry about that, sorry, and then you kind of both just go anyways, and run into each other.
Yeah,
sort of what
that's
I imagine.
The worst.
That's what I imagine happened.
That's the worst. Yeah.
I just watched Flight. Have you seen that movie with Denzel Washington?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one with like cars, like from Disney or Pixar with the planes.
Oh, isn't that called Planes?
I mean, what's the difference? Flight, planes.
I haven't seen that. Cars is a great movie though.
No, neither have I. I don't really have a desire to see it.
But anyways, Flight is about this pilot who is like a severe alcoholic and other drugs too, and his plane like fails really badly, and he does this miraculous landing.
But was he under the influence at the time?
Yeah, big time.
That's why he was able to land it.
So that's why I imagine both these pilots were just coked out of their minds.
I mean, isn't that a thing? Like, isn't that a problem with like pilots drinking before flights and stuff?
I don't know if it's a problem. Like every 5th pilot is just taking a couple shots before he gets in the cockpit.
I heard it was
that'd be pretty.
It was a problem.
They need to address that.
Yeah.
Quickly. If
the
they
FAA
haven't already,
needs to get on their asses.
Yeah, I mean, if they haven't addressed drunk flying,
I mean, you have less of a chance of hitting another plane than if you were driving a car.
If you're driving a car. That's actually been an interesting discussion. Do you think it's probably more safe? I'm not saying it is safe, but it's probably more safe to fly a commercial airliner.
There's also autopilot and stuff. You're drunk.
Yeah, they don't really they don't do a whole lot if everything goes smoothly. Yeah. They don't really even take off or land.
Dude, yeah. Well, actually, okay.
So,
before I was about to go on a tangent, but before I do, I want to comment on, drunk driving, drunk flying.
Yeah.
Drunk driving might only be you, but there's other people around you.
Yeah, but
what if you're in a plane? You have like 80 people in the back seat.
Yeah, agreed. No, I'm not condoning. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Are you condoning drunk flying, Rhys? With all these risky takes that you've had over the last couple episodes?
I know, you have to confirm. Yeah, that's fair.
What was the other thing I was going to say? I don't remember.
Breaking Bad?
No, there was another thing that I was going to go off of, but I wanted to say that first. But I don't remember what it was. So
the air traffic controller definitely just had his daughter die too. That's why the plane's collided.
This is Breaking Bad is a true story about this.
Yeah.
Vince Gilligan was ahead of his time.
Yeah. It's like The Simpsons, how they always predict stuff.
Yeah. So where is the meth dealer in all of this?
Well, you won't see him for another 5, 6 years. It'll come to light.
Couple more seasons.
Yeah. This is only season 2.
And then he is that only season 2?
Probably not. I don't know.
I did remember when I watched that, like it moves pretty dang fast. I rewatched it
only
for
5 seasons.
Yeah, when I watched it maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. I watched it again, and it moves like pretty dang fast. I didn't realize how fast it was. He's already cooking meth in the first episode.
Yeah, but then the rest of the first season can be a little bit slow. I would say that's what people have told me. But yeah,
he's already like.
He breaks bad like right away.
He's like 6 episodes in, and he's already freaking blown up Tuco's drug house.
Yeah. No, he pretty much he goes in head first.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was like that quick.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, by the time that happened, it was like season 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty fast. Yeah. Great show.
But not what we're talking about today.
Not at all.
I don't remember what else I was gonna say.
Parachute.
No.
About the parachute?
No.
Idiot.
It's not important. Well, it was important at the time because I wanted to say it, but not anymore.
Who cares?
So yeah, crazy story. This dude landed a plane that was basically broken in half.
Yeah, pretty skillful.
And imagine being that pilot and like feeling your plane, and then you just look, and then like behind you, and like you have like almost half a plane.
Yeah.
And you're like, well. At least I got the wings, because the wings are still on the front.
I mean, yeah, you're pretty much done if you look back and there's no wings. That'd be a bad feeling.
It's like when you throw a pencil.
Or a beer can. Or anything without wings.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically, at that point, if you don't have wings, you're basically in a falling beer can.
Yeah.
That's all planes are. They're just cans.
Beer cans that are not
beer
falling.
Cans. Beer cans that go up.
Yeah.
That have rockets on them.
Yeah.
And fans.
I always get a little. I mean, I'm pretty used to flying, and it doesn't freak me out, I guess. But I always get a little.
It freaks me out a little bit.
You're like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
And you look out the window.
It's freaking insane.
And there's just a 1/4 inch between you and just nothingness.
Yeah, and we're just. It's pretty crazy when you think about like space flight and just flying in general.
Yeah,
we're just like strapping people to a metal tube and sending them up at 200 miles an hour into the sky up to like 30,000 feet.
Yeah.
Is that how high planes go for commercial airlines? I don't know.
Yeah.
And everybody's just sitting there
on their iPhone.
Like nothing's happening. But you are 25,000 feet in the air, moving 400 miles an hour or something like that. I don't know how fast they go. And everybody's just sitting there like they're sitting in Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, so statistically, it's very safe.
Yeah. Whenever I get.
But I mean.
Yeah. Whenever I get anxious about it, I'm always just like.
Think about how many
flights there are every single day, and all of them are fine. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely a fine risk to take. It's just the idea of 100 people with a 2-inch wide belt across their lap, pretending like that's going to do anything.
Yeah.
If the engine fails.
Yeah. I always like to think if I was in a plane crash, I could survive.
See, I don't. I think, what would you do? How would you affect the outcome
my breath.
Of a plane crash?
Hold my breath.
You know what else is crazy? They always do the water landing thing at the beginning of every flight. They just really casually go, Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. In case of an unexpected water landing, and you go, unexpected water landing?
We're not even flying over water.
There's an unexpected water landing.
I'm flying from Ohio to Newark.
I have problems if there's an unexpected water landing.
Would you rather, if you were flying to like, I don't know, would you rather go down somewhere in the ocean and survive and be out in the middle of the ocean and just like have to like float around and hope that you get rescued, or just crash somewhere and just, because there's always a chance that if you crash in the ocean, like
you might survive the crash, but not the next day.
Yeah, you'd just be floating around the ocean, and you.
I think you have a better chance. Well, I don't know.
Although if a plane does go down in the ocean, there's probably some like.
Yeah,
there's an alert system.
Yeah, you're gonna get found.
They got like the black box or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
They'll be searching for you. So like, you're not gonna just get stuck out there. And I think I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think there's probably a little bit better chance of surviving the actual crash.
And they have the rafts too, right?
You land on water.
And they have the rafts.
Yeah, it would just be a matter of getting out of the plane before it sinks, if it does sink, and surviving the crash. If you do that, you're probably gonna live. But I mean, you could hit your head, like. So I don't know. If I had to be in a plane crash, I would like to be on the plane that landed on the Hudson River and everyone survived.
Yeah. What a story.
What a story.
Sully.
Yeah.
Mike Wazowski.
To be honest, when I started watching Flight, I thought it was Sully. Like I thought it was about dude.
Well, the pilot in Flight is black, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I don't know what I was thinking.
The
All I
dude
know
is
is 40 minutes into the movie, their plane is crashing, and I'm like,
where's the Hudson River?
Nowhere near the Hudson River. What is happening right now? I mean, dude, literally until it showed the plane landing in a field, I thought that it was about that.
What is this river just gonna appear under us right now? What is going on here?
And it was so dumb because they were flying, like it says multiple times throughout the movie, they were flying from like Atlanta to Dallas or something, just nowhere near the
They got to be prepared for a water landing.
Yeah, they probably did. Anyways, great movie though.
Never seen it.
Yeah, you should see it.
I probably will. I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah.
I don't have the time commitment to movies right now.
You just gotta sit down and watch it.
Yeah, but I could do other things in that time, like play video games.
Yeah, but
I think video games are more engaging.
No, they definitely are. Sometimes I just don't want to do anything, you know? I don't want to be engaged.
Yeah, I just feel like lazy if I do that. I have to be engaged somewhat.
Call me lazy?
Yeah, you're lazy.
All right. I admit it.
All right, I got one other story here, quick.
Yep.
Now this is a goof. This is a goofball. There's some goofballs here. Students rescued after taking to sea in kiddie pools and buckets. And then the sub-headline, this must be a quote from someone, still curious as to why they decided to do this at 2:00 in the morning. Okay, so here we go. 2 college students in California, dumb people in California, had to be rescued from Pacific Ocean this weekend when they floated too far from the shore in a homemade boat, according to police. The duo set sail from Isle Vista at 2 a.m. That's a strong phrase.
Just got in a kiddie pool.
It's a strong phrase for what they did. Yeah. 2 a.m. Saturday, according to the Santa Barbara County Fire. Their boat consisted of 2 connected kiddie pools on top of some sort of board with 25-gallon plastic buckets fastened on the bottom. So I have the picture here. So there's 2 kiddie pools, like facing up, and then like a big sheet of wood, and then 20 buckets, like paint buckets, that are all, the holes are all facing down. So I guess what they were thinking here is that the air, when you put the boat down, the air is going to stay in the buckets. Yeah. So then it would hold everything up.
Sure.
I mean, makes sense.
Not really. Air's compressible. So, I mean, yeah, a little bit would, but the more weight you put on it, it's just going to keep sinking farther down.
Yeah, but that's why they used that many buckets.
Did it work?
So there's all the air. I mean, let's find out. Okay, here's they describe it, 20-gallon fastened to the bottom, and here we go. Here's a quote from Mike Elazion, spokesperson for Santa Barbara County Fire. They were not engineering students. That's what he said.
That is such a dig.
That's what he said. They were probably like coding or something like that. Software engineering.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, it makes sense in my head, but I'm not an engineer, so.
I mean, yeah, it might float, but it's the Pacific Ocean. Like, what was their plan? Did they have any propulsion?
We going to China.
I'm just, yeah.
Okay, or Hawaii. They might be going to Hawaii. The men
only
who
2,000 miles.
The men who were in their early 20s did have an oar, but it was no match for the ocean, said Liston. Yeah. He said the seas were calm, but the water temperature was in the 50s, and the two men weren't wearing wetsuits.
Brilliant.
The men were about 300 yards offshore when crews went out on paddleboards and personal watercraft to rescue them. Alcohol was not a factor, the fire department said.
Doubt it.
Still curious as to why they decided to do this at 2 o'clock in the morning, said Liston. An ambulance was dispatched to the scene, but there were no injuries reported.
Yeah, alcohol was not a factor, but every other drug.
Yeah. I mean, we're in California here, so basically it could be any drug in California.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to have an adventure, but I guess it did float, so that's good. One oar.
I wonder how long they worked on the boat for.
Yeah.
Was this a premeditated sailing?
Yeah, was this first degree? A first degree sail?
First degree
Or was
sail.
it just manslaughter?
Man sailor.
Boat slaughter.
Boat slaughter.
No, I feel like they that day they said, you know what we should do tonight? And he goes, what? He goes, let's just strap as many buckets as we can find.
Yeah, I wonder how they came up with it too.
Probably
Did they draw it out blueprint?
No, I think they had the buckets.
Work it up in CAD?
I think they had the buckets lying around and they didn't want to throw them away.
Maybe. And they do look like used buckets.
Yeah.
But also that might just be because of the sand and water and stuff.
Yeah. Pretty dumb.
But look, they used some tools here. They got like big screws and nails and everything and tape. So it's
tape.
So all of the buckets, I guess there might be screwed onto the thing. But then there is a long piece of like tape around all the buckets to hold them together.
Sure, naturally.
You don't want it coming apart while you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
Because if the buckets come off, then the air that's holding the buckets.
Yeah. The bucket's just going to pop up.
I don't know, it's a lot of surface area. It might work. 2 guys, each in one kiddie pool. Weight distribution. Buckets, air.
Rough. Sometimes I wonder. 300 yards is not that far. I wonder
but it's pretty good though.
I wonder if the people on the paddle boards, I mean, how embarrassing to get rescued by someone on a paddle board for one thing. And I wonder if when they got there, the guys were like, what are you doing? And
we're sailing.
And the people were, no, the guys on the raft were like, why are you guys out here? And they're like, you guys are floating on a kiddie pool.
Why are you guys out here?
300 yards from shore. And we're here to rescue you. And they go, we don't need a rescue. What are you talking about?
Does it look like we're sinking?
Yeah. Does it look like we're sinking?
They should have let them go, man. They're just having a good time. People need to get back in touch with their childhood, with their imagination. And this is just people having some fun, man.
But do it on a lake. That's what I'm saying. Do it on a lake.
You can't get to Hawaii on a lake.
Yeah, well, I guess not.
Maybe they were just trying to get to lower California or higher California.
Take a Tesla.
They can't afford a Tesla. I mean, look at this boat that they have. They can only afford buckets
they can't
and
afford
kiddie
2
pools.
oars.
Yeah, they had 1 oar for 2 people and 2 kiddie pools. They couldn't even get a trolling motor or something.
Yeah, I know.
Just put it on the back. Like a little battery powered one.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Love people.
Yeah, dumb people. But fun. I think it's fun.
It is, yeah. Why not,
Rhys, what do you got to talk about here?
All right, I have some interesting things that happened, historical events that are kind of weird but actually happened. So, 1904 Olympics, the marathon at the 1904 Olympics. 1904, for reference.
It's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago, but things are okay.
It's when that Model T was dropping.
Yeah, I mean, there's cars. Albert Einstein is making theories about relativity. The world is.
When was he born? Because didn't he work on the Manhattan Project?
I don't think so.
It was like World War II.
Relativity he published in 1905.
What was he, 4?
So, yeah.
1879 he was born in.
There you go. So, things are not crazy. But anyways, this marathon was a total mess, it says. first place finisher, did most of the race in a car. Guy in second almost died from rat poison. And the guy in fourth raced in dress pants and shoes and took a nap during the race. That's 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, what happened to number 3?
I'm not sure. My question is, what happened to the everybody else? How does the guy in fourth or the guy in second almost die of rat poison and he finishes second? So here we go. We'll find out. It says the entire course was dusty. Breathing in the dust caused all kinds of injuries. One runner was hospitalized with hemorrhaging from his stomach lining.
Jeez.
Okay, so conditions are not optimal. It says the organizer of the race purposely withheld water in order to test the effects of dehydration.
Oh, so this is just an experiment.
Apparently for this guy, it's not a marathon in the Olympics. He just is running research on the side.
He's a scientist.
So it says the whole thing was a nightmare. Okay, so Fred Lors, first place finisher, he just hitched a ride in a car to the end of the course.
And he got caught
after he was stuck with serious cramping. He got out shortly before the finish line, which fooled some onlookers. He claimed he did it, quote, as a joke. I don't know if he got. I guess he got caught. Yeah.
So funny.
All right, the second place guy, I don't know how he finished second, was given a mixture of egg whites and strychnine? I don't know. A poison that is often used to kill rodents or birds. Wait for it. As an attempt at a performance-enhancing drug. So they thought
strychnine?
This kills rats. Maybe it'll make you run fast.
Maybe it'll give you superpowers.
He was carried across the finish line.
Hey, wait. And this dude came in second and he was carried?
Yeah.
How many people were there in this race?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Were there 4?
I think. And what happened to third?
Okay. Doesn't say anything about the third place person?
Doesn't say anything about third. It goes right to 4. This guy was a Cuban national who raised money by running the entire length of Cuba. He then gambles all the money away when he arrives in the States and shows up for the race in dress clothing. So he runs the
But he just make it just in time?
So he runs the length of Cuba just to get there, then gambles it all away. I'm assuming he hadn't bought any clothes, so he gambles all his money, shows up in dress clothing. Thankfully, though.
I am so confused right now.
Another runner used a knife to cut his pants into shorts. He stopped at a roadside orchard for a snack during the race, but the apples were rotten, so he was stuck with stomach cramps and had to sleep it off. He slept it off and finished 4th.
There must be only 4 people in this race.
It doesn't say, but
there must be only 4 people.
I mean,
there is no way.
If this is the top 4, what happened to the rest? The rest just died.
It must be freaking slow, dude.
They either have never run in their life.
Dude, I think if
they died.
I am super unfit, but I think that if I went back to 1904, I could be the fastest man on the face of the planet.
You could have won that race.
Yeah, definitely.
I really wish it would have said the times. It'd be so funny if it was just like 3 days was the winning time.
I mean, the dude did stop to sleep, right?
Yeah, he slept off.
I'm just.
It's crazy.
I am flummoxed right now.
If it was just a random thing, it would be different. But it was the Olympics, dude.
What countries were they from?
The only one it says is the last guy who was Cuban.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think the first 2 guys were American.
Did he actually run the length of Cuba?
That's what it says.
Or was that like a figure of speech?
I think it literally means he ran the length of Cuba, or he said he did to raise money.
I don't. It doesn't sound like he did. He probably slept a little while during it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Or gambled.
Yeah.
I mean, what a mess.
Yeah, that really is a mess. Imagine that happened today. That's a comedy movie. That's like a Will Ferrell movie waiting to happen right there.
Yeah.
Like Talladega Nights of marathon running.
Yeah, I just imagine him drinking something he thinks is going to make him run faster. It's almost like Andy when he it's Michael that carb loads like 5 minutes before the 5K. He eats like 2 pounds of spaghetti or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. All right. We'll go quickly here. This one will be quick. I just think it's funny. I think it's Cthulhu, a descendant of Genghis Khan, who's a girl, refused to marry unless her suitor could beat her in a wrestling match.
Nice.
Says nobody ever defeated her. So I mean, this girl didn't want to get married so bad.
Yes, she just did not want to get married. That she just
challenged him to a wrestling match.
Is she big? Is she like, she buff?
Doesn't say, but I imagine she's got
There's no picture of this lady?
I imagine she's got some meat on her bones. A descendant of Genghis Khan, dude. This is a long time ago.
Dude, I don't care. We're all descendants of like freaking dinosaurs, but we're not freaking. We don't be chomping on other people.
Okay, that's fair. All right, it says she required them to wager some of their horses in case she was the winner. It said that she had thousands, possibly even up to 10,000.
So this lady is,
as a result of
conning people
pretty much
out of their horses.
Pretty much. And I imagine like they get on the ground and they start wrestling and she kind of whispers in their ear and she goes, "Are you really going to hit a girl?" And then that's just how she wins.
I will never marry
you. Yeah. And she just puts him in a headlock and just chokes him out. "I'll take your horse."
What is this, please. Like right now? Is this happening as we speak? Or is this like an old story?
It's pretty old. A descendant of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, but
I imagine like 2 or 3 generations.
Doesn't Genghis Khan have like 1 million?
Yeah, but I imagine if they go out of their way to say it, it was only a couple generations. It says a version of this lady appears as a character in Netflix's Marco Polo.
Oh, and that show, I mean, that was a long time ago. That probably happened in like the 1950s or something like that.
Yeah, at least maybe the 40s, but.
Marco.
Okay, Polo.
Gang.
All right, that's a good one. All right, I think I have 2 more.
You're firing them off today.
I am. I like to go quickly.
Let's hear it.
Violet Jessup survived not only the sinking of the Titanic, but also the destruction of both of the Titanic's sister ships.
She was on all of them?
All 3.
This lady's just got to stop going on boats.
Dude, can you imagine the third one? She hears the alarm bells and she's just, "You got to be kidding me." She's just unbelievable.
Here we go again.
Yeah, she just casually starts putting the lifeboat down. People are freaking out. She's just first time.
Yeah, it's like that meme, with James Franco when he's like in the news and he's like, first time.
First time.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. She was a stewardess aboard the Olympic, one of the sister ships. Collided with another ship in 1911, made it back to port with no casualties. So, didn't sink. So that was not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months later, she was on the Titanic when it sank. Doesn't say how she survived, but a lot of people survived the Titanic. Then she became a stewardess for the Red Cross and served aboard the Britannic during World War I. Unexplained explosion causing the boat to sink quickly. She had to jump out of the lifeboat she was in order to avoid being sucked under the ship's propellers.
Jeez.
And suffered a head injury in the process. So the third one was the roughest. I imagine
that is metal.
Yeah, she was sort of taking it not so seriously, It's like when you've done something a lot of times and you don't take it very seriously, and she's just kind of going through the motions of the.
Yeah, she was in like the flow state because she was used to it.
Yeah, she's
just like she's not even thinking. She's just like going. She's doing it. Yeah, she's out here.
Yeah,
gang.
She almost gets sucked into the props.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then she returned to work for the same shipping company 4 years later.
She goes right back to boats.
Yeah, she goes back.
This lady will never learn.
This chick is she's bad.
She's Bodie.
She's bad. Bodie. All right, last one, I think. Robert Liston. You know Robert Liston?
No.
Surgeon in the 1800s. Performed an operation with a 300% mortality rate. Meaning, instead of saving the patient, he killed 3 people.
Oh, this is one surgery.
Yeah, one surgery.
I thought you meant that every surgery he did, like his rate was 300%.
I did too. That's what I thought when I first read it.
Like, geez, this dude
he's just
killing it right now.
Yeah. Easy. Okay. He was renowned for being one of the fastest surgeons alive, which apparently at the time was a good thing because they didn't have good or really any anesthesia. So people were awake. Yeah. So you wanted to go stitch them up as fast as possible because they're just screaming in the meantime.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, gnarly. Okay.
If I was alive then and I had to get a surgery for something, just end it. I don't want to do that.
You don't even want the surgery.
If you got to cut off my arm, to do something. I don't know. I don't know, man.
You nudge the doc at the beginning. He goes, "Hey, doc. I mean, if the knife slips into my heart,
hey, what's your mortality rate?
It's not going to be a problem.
What's your mortality rate? You want your average to go up?
I can bump those numbers." Okay, he's performing a leg amputation, but worked so fast that he accidentally cut off 2 fingers on his assistant's hand. So he's gone. Both the patient and assistant died later of gangrene, most likely due to the saw being unclean.
Gangrene.
He's so fast that he doesn't even clean. He doesn't even clean the saw.
Jeez,
or the knives. He just goes for it.
Did they know to like clean shit back then?
I have no idea. He's just not even. I'm sure he wasn't wearing gloves or anything. Just
no.
So the third death, doctors and spectators would often watch from the gallery, which was much more up close and personal than it is today. Like they were in the room. There wasn't a screen. During the procedure, he accidentally swiped near an elderly doctor with a blade.
Jesus, dude.
I mean, it's like this guy is just Sweeney Todd, just cutting everywhere.
I think he's trying to kill people.
I think he is too. And he sliced the suit coat. This is the best. I mean, it's not the best, but I mean, come on. Thinking he had been cut open. Who,
the surgeon himself?
No, the doctor he sliced. The doctor went into shock and died of a heart attack.
Damn. So this dude, he was fine.
Yeah.
Damn, you hate to see it.
He almost got sliced.
You hate to see it.
Went into shock and then heart attack.
He didn't even like to think to look down?
Apparently looking down, yeah, too much. I don't know.
If he looked down.
It says he was elderly. So, I don't know.
He's all you need to do is look. Make sure. Just be like, wait, I'm good. No need to die today. No, not today. Not today.
Yeah, it does seem pretty easy, but still, that's a 3-1 right there.
That dude's on what is that? It's not a grand slam, is that right there?
I don't know, but I know 3 people makes you a serial killer.
Is that what the threshold is?
It is, yeah.
Shit, I'm getting close. I'm kidding. I did not kill anybody, disclaimer.
That's like Creed, only one more to go.
Yeah. Oh, thank God it's Halloween today. Did Creed kill anybody?
I mean, it was heavily implied, I think.
Was Creed the strangler? Or was Toby the strangler?
I think that's one of the theories, that it was Creed. Also Toby, but I don't know.
Toby's got the weird guy vibe, and Creed's got the weird guy vibe.
I never got much into the sort of behind the scenes plot points of The Office.
Yeah,
people read into it too much. You know,
one of my favorite parts is when Creed becomes manager for like a day, and he makes Office do an acronym, and he's like standing up there with like a easel, and he's got like the paper on it, and he's like, "We're gonna do acronyms," and then he shows the word, and he goes, "Body." BOBODY. What does it stand for? And then I think Jim or someone goes, B, business. And then he goes, I like it. It's so freaking funny. Body. It's not even a word.
It's random letters.
Body.
My favorite Creed moment, definitely by far, is when I think Ryan comes back and he's talking to Michael about how us old guys are on our way out, and they need to be careful. And Michael's like, okay. And then Creed comes into the office the next day with just jet black hair,
spiked up and
super casually. And then I think it cuts to him at the camera, and he just goes, "I'm 30." And that's the whole thing.
And then
I laughed so hard.
Later in the episode, when they're in the kitchen, and then Ryan's in there with Creed, and then Creed goes up to the vending machine and he goes, "Hey man, can we get some Red Bull in these things?"
Yeah.
And then he says, "What's the Red Bull? What's the Red Bull slogan?"
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, he says like he's like, "Yeah, can we get some Red Bull in here?" I don't remember what he says after that. He says something,
but yeah, it's just hilarious. He says something, and it's like it's one of those things that would be like one of those things that'd be kind of easy to miss, I guess, if you weren't fully paying attention to the episode. But
yeah. Creed is great. One of my favorite characters.
He's so funny.
I think he is on like the tier list S to F. I think he's like A tier.
Yeah,
he's up there.
Yeah. He'd. I would say if he had more time, he'd be the top level. But I also think he works very well as someone to insert here and there. I don't know if he could be. I don't know if he could pull a lead.
If I don't keep this job, they won't let me scuba.
Yeah.
What will all this have been for?
If I can't scuba. Yeah. Just ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. He's just all over the place.
The beans. What did he call them?
The beans?
Yeah, he's growing, I think beans or seeds or something in his desk. He goes, there's one small side effect. They smell like death.
Yeah. That's like one of the first times that like, is that one of like the first times that he actually has like a
thing,
a bigger part?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. And then in the one episode, he can't remember what his job is. He's like, quabbity, ashwins. No, I'll get it. Can't remember, what do I do around here? And then he's trying to like figure out who put the watermark on all the pages.
Oh yeah.
And then he like calls them and like figures out who was out on a certain day, and he's like, oh yeah, that was the day I came by, but she wasn't around. And then she gets everyone, and then he gets the goodbye card, and then he goes around and collects cash from everyone for the girl the lady he got fired, and then he keeps the cash at the end of the episode.
That's right, he throws the card away.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Good stuff.
Great show. I miss it. Not on Netflix anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting Peacock, but I'm not going to.
You get some of it for free. You get like the first season or something like that, which is like,
what, if first you just make a Peacock account?
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a free version of it?
Yeah, you get like the first season or something.
Of just The Office?
Oh, probably some other stuff too, but you get the first season of The Office, and then if you want more, you got to pay. It might not be just the first season, but definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is a real funny podcast we're doing here. This is some great stuff, some comedy. Hold on, we got a fun thing that we could do here.
Super fun thing.
This is the fun thing that we have. We have auto-tune.
Nice, Patrick got the tune.
I got that auto-tune.
We've really gone off the rails.
This podcast is crazy. And now we are T-Pain.
Akon.
This is a great podcast.
High quality content.
High quality entertainment. That was pretty good.
Entertainment.
Thank you for listening and watching the.
And we will see you next week.
Let's harmonize. Let's do it.
Next
time. No. Just do a note. Oh God. This is good content right here. Hold on. We gotta find the note. I'll do that now. Are we gonna put this out?
Do it again.
Are we gonna put this out like this?
We'll see.
No, we're gonna, I guess, right?
At least some of it.
No, you're too sharp.
I can't make notes.
Thank you for listening to the No Thinking Aloud podcast. Peace.